Quilty friends, Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber, and today we're doing block 8 of the 2025 half square triangle block of the month. Y'all, we have an interesting block today. It's a little bit more of a modern block. It's still symmetrical, but I just think this is a super fun block. It's a little bit different, but it will still go beautifully in with our half square triangle theme. So ready? Let's make today's block. All right, we have our pieces. We're going to go ahead and draw our diagonal lines on the backs of our light colored squares. And we are piecing this just like the way it says in the pattern, really traditional piecing. But if you come back tomorrow, I will have the bonus video where I'm showing you yet another technique. That's right, an 8th different way to make half square triangles. As we've been going through these blocks this year, every single block I've done twice, and I'm showing you 2 different ways. So this traditional no frills way of making half square triangles to make the block, and then a gadget, gizmo, or fun technique as an alternate way to make the same block, which I think is super fun. And I'm so glad that y'all are enjoying it as much as I have been. All right, so we've drawn our lines, and I'm just using a water-soluble pencil. By the way, if you want the instructions for what sizes to cut all your pieces, that's in the pattern, and the pattern is also a calendar. So go down to the description, and in the description, you will get all those details. And then also, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that you subscribe. I share tons of quilty videos, not just half square triangle videos, and I don't want you to miss out on anything. All right, so I've put our lines, our diagonal lines on our light colored background squares, and now I'm putting them right sides together with my blue squares, and I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the line on either side and then cut these apart to make our half square triangles. So this is the same thing that we're doing every single month on the day 1 videos, and then on the bonus day 2 videos we're doing this a little different, but this is the same technique for basic half square triangles. And half square triangles are they're just a standard unit in quilting. They're used in so many quilts and have been for ever. They're just such a versatile, simple unit to make up all different kinds of quilt blocks. All right, so I'm going to keep going, stitching on one side of the line and then flipping these over and stitching on the other side of the line. Alright, these are all stitched up, and I can use my technique for cutting multiples at a time where I line up that center line on one of the lines on my mat, and then line up the bottom with that center line on the one below, and the top with the center line. And I do this with all my pieces, overlapping them. Don't overlap them too much because it'll get too thick and then you'll get shift. And this is a little bigger than this ruler. Should have grabbed my larger ruler. I'm going to go part way, move my ruler. There we go. And go the rest of the way. And if this cut isn't perfect, that's fine because my stitching is already good and I don't need the cut to line up my stitching. I needed the drawn line to line up my stitching, and now I'm just cutting them to separate. So as long as they're separate and it's pretty close to even seam allowance so that I have a good 1/4 inch mostly on each side, then I'm good. All right, we've cut off our dog ears and now we can lay out our block. It's just 4 high. It's almost kind of like Christmas tree shaped here. And then on the other side, 4. And then we have 3 of these strips. And you'll see that the strip is a lot shorter than these, and it's supposed to be because we'll have 1.5 inches of seam allowance is going to disappear when we sew these columns together. So let's go ahead and sew these columns together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have our columns sewn, and we're going to press these seams toward the dark. And now we're just going to sew the columns together. So I can sew this side on this and this side on this, and then add this one onto here, and then add this whole chunk on. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Add the outside pieces first. And to help make sure that I'm not chopping off those points, I'm sewing it with the triangle piece up on top, and that way I can keep an eye on where the seams all line up and try to hit that spot so that I have a nice sharp point. Now if my point gets cut off, that's okay. It's still a quilt. It's still comfy. It'll still keep someone warm. It was still made with just as much love, even if the points are all cut off. I don't know, sometimes the quilts with all the points cut off feel like they're made with the most love. But it'll be okay. Alright, and we'll sew this other one on. Now, we could go ahead and press these already if we wanted to, but I don't press until I have to, and here I don't have to yet, because the rule with pressing is you have to press either before it's finished or before another seam is going to go across it, and all these seams are parallel seams, so there's no seam going across it. So we will sew all the seams and then press it all at once at the end. Okay, so I can add this one on here. I just want to make sure that I keep this out of the way so that I don't accidentally sew it all into a big circle. That would be a mess. All right, and then add this side on here. All right, the block is put together, but now we need to press it. And so I want to press everything towards these background strips. So it's going to get pressed in here and out here. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, there we go. That's block 8 done already. Friends, we're gonna add this to the wall. We're 2/3 of the way done with the blocks on this quilt already. I can't believe it. All right, friends, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments down below. I do look for those, and I love getting to answer them. And friends, I will see you right here tomorrow for our bonus half square triangle video. Bye for now.